Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, I'm answering another one of your questions, and today we are answering Jess's question, and she has asked what is on your DISO list. Now, for those of you that don't know, DISO stands for Desperately in Search Of. And I actually only found out about this term through Jellycat and through Jellycat collectors pages on Facebook. But this is actually quite a general term, which isn't just used within the Jellycat community. It is quite a generic term, but that's how I heard of it anyway. So now that we have that all cleared up, let's get straight into it. So firstly, I'm going to run through the remaining summer DISO wish list because I did previously post a video of my summer wish list, and I do actually have the majority of my wish list now, thanks to all of you guys who have so kindly helped me and messaged me to let me know where I can find them. However, there are still a few that I am on the hunt for, and the majority of them are retired, which makes them more difficult to find, which means that I am more desperate to find them. So I just thought it'd be easier if we ran through them. So the first three that I'm looking for are, again, part of the Fluffy Sea Creatures range, and they are the fluffy starfish, the fluffy seahorse, and the fluffy whale. I've actually discovered that I'm not too bothered about the fluffy crab. It just doesn't really do it for me. I don't know why, and no shade on that Jellycat. It's just, I'm not that bothered about it. Can't tell you why though. Out of these three, I know that the seahorse is now officially retired, so that's going to be really difficult to even find for a good price, and I don't like paying high reseller prices. I understand why people do it, and they'll only want to let go of their Jellycat if they can get quite decent money for it. But I'm not willing to pay that. So unless I find it, or you guys help me find it somewhere in a local shop that stocks Jellycats, then I probably won't be getting this one. The next one is the starfish, and this one isn't retired yet, but again, it's quite hard to come by, and it's a lot harder to find than the octopus and the fluffy turtle. Finally, I have the fluffy whale, and I've never ever even seen the fluffy whale in person before. I have seen the fluffy seahorse and the starfish before, but I haven't actually... Sounds weird, but I didn't actually pay attention when I was in that shop because it was Christmas and I wasn't really looking at them. But then sometimes I look back at when I filmed what's in people's shops, and then I see that they had these ones, for example, but I just wasn't really paying attention to them at the time because it was Christmas, not summer. But anyway, and then finally we have the Clemmy clam. I'm still in search of this one, and again, I'm going to repeat myself. I only want to pay retail for it, so I haven't come across it. I have seen on a few people's TikToks that they have seen it in some shops in London before, but I'm sure they're all gone now. But if you do know of a shop that sells one, then please let me know because I would really, really like this one. Like I said in my previous wishlist video, I saw it last year and I just kept thinking I'd see it again, and I haven't seen it since. So if you guys would help me find that one, then that would be super helpful. Okay, so let's move on to my autumn Halloween DISO. And I actually think I've already started to get, well, I say started to get, I got one Halloween Jellycat in July because I thought it would be best to start my Halloween autumn DISO now because it's kind of off-peak season. So I was thinking that maybe I could get some whilst they're not as in demand, and maybe Vinted resellers haven't priced them as high as they would during Halloween. But I do think a lot of people will probably have the same mindset. So I don't know if that's going to be a success or not. But anyway, the first three that are on my wish list are these three squishy squashes, and they are the yellow, green, and orange squishy squashes. And I have recently added the Vivacious pumpkin to my collection, and I absolutely love this pumpkin. I was in search of it last year, even after Halloween. I didn't get it during Halloween, and then I realised that I really wanted it. And then I just never saw it again. I just think those three squashes and also the Vivacious pumpkin will all complement each other really well, and I would like to have them all like group together. I think that would look so cute, and I'm planning on doing that downstairs. I also really want the Amusables pumpkin. I don't even think I saw this one in person at all last year, but so far it isn't retired. So hopefully, fingers crossed, Jellycat will restock this one because I think it's so cute. Initially, I thought that the orange squishy squash was the Amusable pumpkin without legs and an older version. And this is an older Jellycat, but it's not an Amusable pumpkin. And the reason why I thought it was an Amusable pumpkin was because of its beaded eyes, but it doesn't have legs, which is what usually makes something an Amusable. So if you guys didn't know this already, if a Jellycat has legs or arms added to it, it usually means that it is an Amusable. That's if it's an object or food or drink, not if they're like animals, because they would have arms or legs usually anyway. But yeah, that's a fun fact for you in case you didn't know that already. But yeah, going back, oh gosh, I'm rambling. But now I'm thinking that I would like all of them, to be honest. I would love the Amusable pumpkin with legs and all of the squishy squashes. But yeah, the squishy squashes are retired and they're really hard to come by, so I don't know if I will be seeing them again. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen those ones in person. No, I've never seen them in person. I remember somebody posted a photo on a Facebook group last year saying, does anyone want anything picked up? And I saw a squash in the photo, but it was gone like that because obviously somebody else commented before me. But yeah, I think they are still around, so if you go to a Jellycat stockist that is maybe less popular or in a less populated area, you might come across some gems. Usually they have good retired ones in smaller shops. The next Jellycat that would be an absolute dream to add to my Halloween collection are these cauldron cuties. I don't know if, is that how you say it? Cauldron? I don't know. But I think there's a mini ghost, bat and spider in this little bucket, and I just think it's so adorable. I love the little trio, and I like that you can take them out of the little bucket. I'm obsessed, and I love them like all together in the bucket though. I would keep them in the bucket, I think. No, I would definitely keep them all together in a bucket. And it kind of reminds me of the nesting type animals. So, you know, you can get the nesting chickies, and then you can also get 3 bunnies in a nest. And then you can also get the hibernating animals. So I know you can get the hibernating penguin, which I really wanted to add to my winter collection last year. And then you can also get the nesting penguins too, which is like a trio of penguins. And it kind of gives me those kinds of vibes. But again, this Jellycat or these Jellycats are retired and they go for crazy amounts of money. I've seen them on Vinted for like £150. I don't know if they actually sold for that, but that's what they were listed as. So there's no way I'm going to be getting them, but I would love them. I think they are so adorable, and they kind of remind me of miniature versions of the Uki range. So last year they had the Uki ghost, the Uki spider, and the Uki bat. And the Uki bat is the next one on my wish list. I think this one is so cute. I just love his little face. It's so like babyish. I don't know how to explain it. On the topic of bats, the other day, me and my boyfriend were walking through the park, and it was kind of like 9-10 p.m. It was getting dark, and there were so many bats flying around these trees. It was actually kind of creepy, and they do make quite loud sounds. And then one flew really low down and almost hit me in the face, and I screamed, and it probably would have seemed like something really bad happened, but it just really grossed me out. But yeah, anyway, I would love a fake bat. Then the next 2 on my DISO are vegetables, and they are to go with my vegetable collection. And I've said before that I actually think that the vegetables are more wintry autumnal Jellycats, and the fruits are more summery, you know, like the peach and the lemon. I just think they're more vibrant, so they more match summer. So with my vegetable collection, I would absolutely love to add the vivacious leek and the vivacious asparagus. They had them at this shop called After Noah in Islington in London, and my friend literally saw these in After Noah. She used to always send me photos of Jellycats that they have in stock. To be honest, she still does. I don't know why I said used to always, because I'm still obsessed. But yeah, she sent me a photo of the asparagus, and I can literally insert the photo here for you guys. That is the asparagus that could have been mine, but is not mine. And I'm gutted about it. And we were literally talking about this Jellycat in the chat. I'll insert a screenshot of our combo where I'm like, I love the asparagus, but I was like, I need to be good. And I didn't buy it. And shock! I feel like this is just a story of my life. I never saw it again. The leek as well was in afternoon. I don't think I have a photo of it though. But yeah. Wish I got that one too. I just think it would look really cute with my veggies. So at the moment I have the cauliflower, and then I have the radish, bok choy, potato, and then the pea in the pod, and then the vivacious mushroom and the vivacious pumpkin. So I would just really like to complete my little vivacious veggies collection. Also, unpopular opinion, but on the topic of autumn Jellycats, I really am not that bothered by the conker. I remember last year the conker went for crazy money on reseller websites, but I don't know. I don't think it is that cute. And I feel bad saying that because I know some of you do have this Jellycat and he does look good with your display. But I just don't think he's that cute. And I can't tell you why. But yeah, I just thought I'd let you guys know. You didn't ask for it, but I told you anyway. The last two Jellycats that I would love to add to my autumn collection are the Amusable Toadstool. I think this one is retired now and I'm gutted because it's kind of like, it's just like a mushroom but with legs and beaded eyes, which I think makes it look so much more realistic, or I don't know, not realistic, but alive. I've said this before. And I'd quite like to have that one on display with my smaller vivacious mushroom. I think it would look really cute together, and especially next to my acorn. Love my acorn. That is one that I'm so glad that I bought when I did, because I only ever saw it once. I do think that the pine cone is really cute, but I'm not desperately in search of it. Like, it would be nice to come across it, and if I saw a good deal on it, then I would get it. But it's not a Jellycat that I like feel like I desperately need. It's not top on my list. So I'm gonna wrap up the video there, guys, because I could just go on and on and on and list Jellycats that I would love to add to my collection. However, I need to kind of stay on topic of this question, and the question was, what are you desperately in search of? And I'm not desperately in search of these other ones. So, and I've already said way too many, and it changes all the time, to be honest. Like, it will always change depending on time of year, what I discover. Recently, I've discovered lots of new ones on Jelly Journal, which I've mentioned in my previous wishlist video. And I'll link Jelly Journal down below again for you. It's just a really great tool to keep track of your Jellycat collection and also your wish lists. And it's cool because the library includes retired designs as well, which is how I'm discovering so many new ones that I didn't even know existed. And of course, guys, if you do see any of these Jellycats and you want to help a girl out, then feel free to drop me a message or in the comments where I could potentially find one of these Jellycats, and if you're getting any of them or if you have any of these Jellycats. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!